Yes, it's Joanna Gonsalves.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Next one is
Oh.
Hadlow corn, Chris Marnell item.
Hi, just Chris.
Chris, okay. Harding Kara Michelle.
Hi, good morning. It's Kara.
Kara, okay, good morning. Hayani Izidin, Izidin, or how you pronounce it?
Yes, Izzuddin Hayani.
Izidin Hayani, okay.
Yep.
So how you want me to call you? Izidin or Hayani?
Hayani is good.
Okay. Khan Sabana, I think Sabana, right?
Anna, yes, present.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Martin Asinet,
Asinet.
Asinet,
Yes.
okay. And Quiroga Morgan, Luis.
Yes, ma'am. This is Luis. Can you hear me?
Luis, yeah, 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 Luis, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to call Luis, okay. Rigacho Evelyn Cab.
Good morning. It's Evelyn, first
Ev-
name.
Okay, thank you. They have
Thank
given me the
you.
full name with the MS number. Okay, so slowly I'm going to be used to it. Sanko Rugiato.
Yeah, it's Rugiato Sanko.
Rugiato Sanko. Okay, Tolentino Marise. Is it Marise or
Hello,
Tolentino?
hello, good morning. It's Maurice.
Maris, sorry.
It's okay.
He should be silent. Okay, Maris. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, okay. Villegas Bharna.
Good morning. Yes,
How
it's
am
Bruna.
Bharna? Okay.
Yes.
Welcome everyone. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Save student attendance. Okay. So take attendance has gone. Student dashboard. Okay. Student dashboard. Okay. So, oh dear. If prefer, you have to go like this. Mail. Okay. Campus login. Books. Lianchin. Okay. What is the Lianchin? To class link. Okay. Who has taken your class?
Sorry, what was the question?
Amir Banu. Amira Banu. Or is it Amir
Amida
Banu?
Banu. She took her ethics class. Okay, Amida Banu. Okay. 6. So you have learned up to the unit 5, right?
4.
4?
4.
No, but
Yeah.
it should be up to 5 because
We didn't
what you
start
did
on
on the
Monday.
5th day.
We didn't start on Monday. She started with us on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You didn't start on Monday?
And
You
the
started on the 6th day.
Yes, and the
Okay.
test will be for 1 to 4. So I hope 5 isn't in there.
Yeah, because on Monday, when we were waiting for you to start the class, someone I can't remember his name. He said he was the director of education or something. He came
He's
in
the
and he said
director
that,
of Anderson, I believe.
yeah. So he said that
Brenton Branmary, I guess. Yeah.
he said that you were not around, so we should just read. So we just read the from the D2L on Monday. So we started class with Amira Banu on Tuesday. So she started chapter 1 on Tuesday. That's why we have taken up to chapter 4 now.
Okay, I apologize for that, but they were aware that I will not be able to take the class for the last week. They know that I informed them, and the DOE told me that he has scheduled another instructor for the course. I apologize. I'm very sorry that you guys have to suffer one day. I'm extremely sorry. But they were aware of that I was not able to start because we have some religious festival like that. So I was off. And I told that I am going to start the class from 30th. I'm sorry, but
That's okay, ma'am.
okay, but so
I have a question.
yes, please.
Is chapter 5 on the test?
Up to you are going to whatever you are going to learn up to the unit 9, there will be next. You guys did one test already, right?
No, tomorrow
No.
will be the test. It's chapter
Good.
5,
Or
chapter
test.
5, the other test.
How am I going to complete your class then? Because every day, okay, I have to talk to the. So they already scheduled you for the test and everything. Password. How is working? Okay, so you guys did up to
Not
the.
yet. Amira Banu said that when you come today, you would let us know that, but probably we might have it on Tuesday. So we are not yet sure. So you are going to let us know whether Tuesday is a certain date for the
No,
test.
okay. So today, this is, I told you, this is the first time I'm doing the D12 also. So I have to, because they have scheduled in such a way that every day we have to go as per their timeline and guideline. I am going to talk with them today after the class, okay? And then I'm going to inform you in the email that when is going to be the test, okay? Is that okay for you guys? Because I have to talk to them also, because I am going to lose one day for teaching, because we have some, every day you have the class, right? Let's just start the class. So you have learned up to the unit 4. So yeah, unit 5 is going to be the, let me see, just
Okay, just if I can interject a little bit. You said you're gonna send us an email to confirm when the test is. Since we don't know, can we just push it off to Wednesday at least? Because we don't like if we get an email in the evening saying, okay, your test is tomorrow morning and it's gonna include unit 5. People have work, so I feel like that would be a super short notice for everyone.
Yeah, like especially since we don't know any of the topic, or not that we don't know any of the topics, but like we never received information on how it's going to
Can you
be
tell me one
structured
thing? Because,
specifically and stuff.
sorry, can you tell me one thing? Because I cannot see from your side in detail. You can see all the PowerPoints or the courses, how it works, because we used to do the Moodle before. So on your side, you can see you have all the PowerPoints and everything. So if you want, you can go ahead and look at that, right? For the each unit, you can open the PowerPoint and do that, or no? How it works, I have no idea.
Yes,
Okay.
you can access all of the units and all of the PowerPoints.
Okay. So how you can see your test, which day is due? Your assignments, how it works? Because you have some assignments too. I don't know how I'm going to, you have some assignments to do it on the Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes, Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday, right? So you know that your assignment, what is your assignment? You have to present it on Thursday, that that you have marks on that. So you are, after the little bit class, probably little bit time, because everything is in there, and then you have to present it. If you present, each one of you is going to be long time. So that has been here they told to make it in a group. You can make, you have 20 people, so you can make 4 groups or 5 groups. It doesn't matter, but you can work on that in
Yeah,
advance.
we've been grouped together.
How many
Yeah,
groups
we
you
need
have?
date.
How
4.
many?
Oh,
4
how
groups.
many
That
groups?
very good. So you know what is going to be. It said I can give you 4 to 5 minutes time, but if you are ready before, slowly you can just make the groups ready. It is going to be probably 5 minutes to 10 minutes presentation. Okay, so be ready, so that you doesn't have to, within 5 minutes you are going to make the presentation and it's not going to look good. This is my suggestion between you and me, guys. I am not going to give you this suggestion, but I am telling you because everybody is busy, work, home life balance. So if you can make ready about that, and the topic of the what is called the presentation, right?
Yes, we do.
Promote professionalism or something like that. Yeah. Okay,
Hello?
good. Yes.
I was away Friday, so I have no idea what's happening right now.
Yeah,
So
hi Kara. It's
Hi.
Evelyn here. Yeah,
Hi.
we have we are grouped together. 5 of us. Hayani, you, Zinaida, and Joanna and me.
Okay. How do we do the group work? Like, do we have to go to a different spot on the chat thing?
Yes, it was I have already we group us together in teams.
Okay.
Or maybe you can give us your phone number so that we can go to WhatsApp.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And generally, later, I don't know whether I provide you my phone number or not. If not, I'm going to provide you. Generally, when I'm dealing with the class, sometimes some emergency seems something, so we cannot always read the email or something. So we always make a WhatsApp group. If you want, you guys can make a WhatsApp group with me, and you can make the any one of you, and the heading will be Group H Med Lab. Okay, so generally sometimes we can exchange some notes or something like that. So if it's up to you, it sometimes is easy because sometimes I cannot read all the emails every time. So WhatsApp, we are always look at the WhatsApp. So if you want, you can make a WhatsApp group and include me. Do I have my phone number? If not, I'm going to give it to you. You want to make it?
We don't have your phone number.
You have my phone number?
No, we don't have it,
Okay,
please.
okay. Can anyone write it down and make a group? Or if you already have a group, you can just add me. But because I have so many groups, so just make the name of the group Group H MedLab. So my phone number is, anyone can write it down, 647 993 4921. I repeat, 647 993 4921. Okay, so now is the rule of the school that everyone should turn on your video camera when we are in the class. I don't care whether you are wearing PJs, whether you are wearing the t-shirts or anything, same thing for me. I don't care what you are, but they want us to be in the video camera. So I am turning my video camera too. Yep. I don't know how that you can see me or not. I'm not a good looking person right now, elderly person. I don't know whether you can, yeah, I don't know. This is what is happening. Oh, the camera, what is camera? My camera. Okay, anyway. Oh my God, what I'm going move here and there. Anyway, I'll fix it. But anyway, let us start the class. Okay. So we are starting from the, what is called, share. So you guys can see my screen now, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so we are starting with the unit. This is for the unit 4 or 5. Let me see what I'm doing. So, unit 5. Okay. So the today's main topic is key determinants of health. I'll try to cover 4, and if I can, I'll try to cover 5 a little bit because we are going to be little bit. I am 6 little bit because we are running, one already day late. So, what is our learning outcomes? Explain the determinants of health and their implications for the laboratory system. That means we are going to find out what are the key determinants of the health and how it's related to the laboratory. You have your PowerPoint, so you can see what is reading and resources. Whenever you want for the extra study, you can go to there and study it in details if you want. So unit 4, you already learned that one. Just a quick review, which criteria of the CHA deals with out of province care. So this is I am telling you the review questions are very important along with your total PowerPoint presentations. And when I say that, okay, this is the very important, so you have to mark it so that those are the very important. The questions maybe come from there. So whatever you are seeing the review, any type, it can come in any form of questions. So which criteria of the CHA deals with outer province care is portability. Which criteria of the CH deals with rural sites? So this is the out of province portability, rural site and access to healthcare accessibility. And CHS says all people have the right to healthcare is universality. Another one, which part of the government is responsible for healthcare funding? Who gives up the healthcare funding? Obviously the federal. Responsible for health promotion is in each province different. So it is provincial. And what are the conditions of the CHA? Information and recognition. That is their role. If you say true or false, sometimes there are different, you got the student success strategy course, right? We have a couple of different types of questions, either true or false, multiple choice, matching, sometimes essay writing. So sometimes how the questions come, that's why for giving the examples, we always do a little bit review whenever possible. So true or false? CHA covers healthcare costs for international travelers? No, only they do the Canadian citizens, not the international travelers. For that, international travelers, they have to have their own insurance from their own country. True or false? CHA became law in 1994? No, it's false. Treatment for a heart attack is considered medically necessary. Obviously true. Heart attack, it cannot be false. So these are the time of questions is going to come true and false. You have to read the question. You have to use your knowledge, whatever you have learned, and sometimes your intelligence to answer the question. Okay, determinants of health. Discussion a small group. Think about the illness and health of a population and discuss the following. So I am just going to the what are the different determinants of health which affects, which detects, or which determine health. Socio-economic factors have a significant impact on health. Obviously, you need the education, employment and level of income, the built environment in which we work, live and play, change of climate, early child development, including nutrition, exercise, family dynamics, and social support networks. Because we need the education. If you have the education, you can understand which one is from the gas, which one from the heart, or what type of condition you are thinking. We got in the, I work in the emergency department in the hospital. Sometimes we feel people lack of education may cause so much health problem. Obviously, employment and level. If you doesn't have, it's not only the sick means you have the heart attack or you have the gastric or you have the colitis. You have the mental health. That is also a big issue. So employment and level of income, whether you are happy or you can manage with your employment and your income. Environment, where you work. If workplace is not good for as a working condition, as a condition means at the physical conditions as well as the mental condition. If you have bullying, if your co-workers are not supportive, if people are on your back, or in workplace you are not getting the things, whatever you need to do work, or if you have chances of danger. So where not only work, where do we live? It's the same thing. Where do we live and we also play. Climate change is a big factor. Always the flu, this, that. Early child development. If the child development doesn't good in the poor countries where they doesn't give the proper nutrition, exercise, family dynamics, it also affect the health at the long term and social support. So healthcare inequalities in Canada. This is the wherever there is. This is not. We don't need to. We have to give it. So now, beyond genetics, biology, and disease, the health of a population group, and individuals in dependent on a combination of socio-economic factors. So you can understand this is the determinants of health. One of the major factor is socio-economic factors. And who identifies that? Public Health Agency of Canada, or PHAC. This question comes. Who determines the public determinants of health? That is the Federal Public Health Agency of Canada. This is important. I cannot highlight it nowadays. So this is, you can write it down in your note. Okay, so one is the socio-economic status or factors are very important for the determinants of health. And who determines that? Who regulates that? Public Health Agency of Canada. So these are the 12 determinants of the health. What are those? Number one, income and social status. Can you look at, see that? I don't know how to, okay. Let me see if we can enlarge it. Oh, Zoom. Now it's better? You can see? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So income and social status, that is the number one. Social support. Even if you have problem, if you get the social support, it helps you. Education, literacy. These are the 12 health determinants. They may cast question as a true or false. They may ask you to fill up the blanks. They may ask you to write an kind of essay. I have no idea how the questions will come, the T2L, but there are the 12 factors which determines the health status. Employment, working condition, social environment, physical environment, personal health practices and coping skills, how your living style, how you take care of your health, healthy child development, biology, genetics, obviously it comes, health services, gender, and culture. So these are the key determinants of health, and this is based on the public health. Again, PHAC, and is the year 2001. It has been developed first. So income and social status, when I am just came a little bit, I am going to, so most important, this is the most important determinant of health. This is the number one. What is the most important or the priority determinant of the health is the income and social status. So research by fact identifies an individual's health. Oh, yeah. Individual's health tends to be proportional to their socio-economic position, where you are living and what is your economy. Combination socio-economic means what it means. It is a combination of education, income, and occupation. Higher socio-economic status, better health. Lower socio-economic status, poor health. That is the balance. That's the inversely proportional to each other. So you can go through the reading, income and social status, think up on page 1, discuss as a class, thinking it through. Today, a higher education does not guarantee a good job, right? Even if you got a good job and income security. Large number of university graduates cannot find jobs in their field and take lower paying jobs that are unrelated to the skill set. We all major lots of people are suffering that. In 2017, the unemployment rate of individuals between the ages of 15 and 24 was almost 13%, significantly higher than the rest of the general population at 5 to 7%. That is the statistics as per Statistics Canada. In addition, tuition fees in Canada have doubled since 1990s. Statistics Canada estimated the average cost of an undergraduate degree 23,000, and that does not include supplies or cost of living. there are twice as many as university graduates completing for available jobs. So you can understand, you are paying 23,000 minimum, that as per 2016, only for the tuition. Then you have the supplies, then you have living, you have transportation, you have all other. So for a university graduate student is too much. So how they are going to complete this one? Even they are taking loans, but till in their head that I have to complete this degree. And not only that, after completing this degree, am I going to get a job which I deserve? So these are the socioeconomic status. If you get it, it's okay. Obviously, you are going to be less stressed. From the stress, there are a lot of health problems, mental health, physical health, everything is going to become. So these are the, you can read it more later. So income and social status, you can read on your book, is page 158. How do you believe income and social status impact health? You can discuss as a group. So in small group, first discuss different types of social support networks and why they might be important for overall health. So this is the social support network, how the social thing. Sometimes you are in a stress, but you are belongs to a group where you can express your problems, your thinkings, and the other group members may be able to help you, giving you some clues, some ways, or some avenues to help you, or sometimes discussion, talking, releasing your stress. And nowadays, networking maybe give you some clues, avenues to get a job, to settle down. So social support networks. Research identifies that sharing feelings, what I told you, discussing problems, and receiving the clear support from other relieve stress and enhance a sense of well-being. Social supports can come from families, friends, community. Community can consist of work, school, church, sports group, everything. Some individuals and groups within reserved cultures are less likely to form supportive networks and share personal feelings. It depends upon the culture to culture. Maybe only they can share with on the families they doesn't like to speak with or discuss with the community or with the group or your friends or anyone. So sometimes they are very restricted. Sometimes the families cannot has the clue because they are all from the same. That is the culture. We have to respect that, but sometimes it doesn't help to relieve the stress. You have your own book, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, not yet.
Me neither. No.
Probably you have to buy your own book because they are giving the page numbers, okay? Because they are the case example 6.2, 6.3. And then if anybody has book, if you are not having right now, so what you guys can do, you can, take pictures or scan and share with your friends. But probably that's why they are telling you the book number specifically to review the case number 6.2, 6.3. Okay. So until you have the book, so just try to share with each other. Majority of the informations are here, but book is important to do the case review. So as a group, answer the questions in thinking it through. What that means? Individuals with fear. It's 2016. 2016 is called the Health Status Survey, HSS. They reported the individuals with fewer ties to any community were among those aged 20 to 34 because they are going to have the search the job. Obviously, whole population is not like the only the this thing. And nowadays, no one has the job security. No one knows that from tomorrow I'm going to have the job or not. No jobs are permanent except the probably government jobs. I don't work in the government sector, so I am not that much aware of that. But nobody has. So that is always a stress on our mind, which is affecting our health. So what do you think are the reasons behind this feeling of not belonging to a particular community? What are my cause? Why cannot I think I can belong to a particular community? Sometimes we have no time to go to my community, to chat with the neighbors, to be friend with the neighbors, sometimes to exchange our, feelings, sometimes say even hi, hello. This is the nowadays stress lifestyle. You are just running. Sometimes you doesn't have time to have a proper sleep. Considering social support system, how might a lower sense of community ties impact this age group? And what other support system do you think would be important here? So you is a page 160 as a group. You have to answer the question thinking it through on your perspective. So go through page 160, see, and if you doesn't the page 60 at least, you just read this one and just make a group and just mix up. I don't want you to have an answer. Make it yourself answer. Is for you guys. I don't want to write an essay, but couple of sentences. What is your opinion on that? What other support system do you think would be important here? Next one is education. We have talked about the socioeconomic, now is education and literacy. There are many benefits with access to education and literacy. Better paying jobs with higher social status and an established steady income from the education. You can expect that you are going to get a better job, better paying job, and which you give higher social status and steady income. Financial security increases opportunities for a person or a family on many levels, right? We all feel that, we all know that. When we are financially secured, it gives us more opportunities in to explore and on many levels. Okay, I don't have to think for my kids this thing. I don't have to think about for my rent. I don't have to think for the loan. So financial security, one of the most important things. Education and literacy, increase knowledge base and ability to think logically and to problem solve. So if you are educationally sound, you know how to think about that, how to dissect out the problems, and how to and find or solve the problem. Hard education often motivates people to engage in meaningful relationships and become involved in the community. So as you become, so you cross the barriers, whatever is there. If you have the higher education, your mind is more broadened, more open, more knowledgeable, and then you can engage in the community, and which may help you for your obviously for your economic status, from getting different avenues on your mental health and daily lives. Employment and working conditions, obviously. Individuals and their families who are underemployed or unemployed or work at jobs with low satisfaction and high stress tend to have poor health, higher mortality rate at younger age, higher morbidity rates from chronic diseases. So, who doesn't have employment or in workplace with high stress or no job satisfaction, but till they have to do that, obviously it's going to impact. So, how is going to impact? Obviously, you are going to develop poor health, poor health, sometimes too much stress, sometimes you can get the different types of crucial diseases like the heart attack, sometimes stroke, sometimes deep brain thrombosis. There are so many tremendous gastritis, pancreatitis. Sometimes people from here, due to stress, from the depression, they goes for the depression. They got more addiction. That is also ruining the health and ultimate the mortality rate and the morbidity rates from chronic disease increases. Often underemployed or unemployed lack healthcare benefits. Obviously, nowadays government only pays something, but not all the medications and other things. So if you doesn't have a good job, how you are going to cover different types of benefits and cannot afford such things as prescription drugs or dental services. In my hospital, I see who are underemployed or lack of health benefits. For medication, only they come in the emergency, wait for 5 hours, 6 hours to get the daily medicine. We see the same patient every day. We understand because they doesn't have money to buy a prescription drugs. Forget we don't do the dental service, and obviously they cannot do the dental service. There are a lot of other things the insurance covers. So social environment, next one. The social environment elements overlap with other determinants to influence health and life expectancy. Obviously, social. How individuals behave, where you are living, you are fighting every day. If you start staying with your roommates, with your family, with your friends, anything, how you are calm, you have the mentally, you got the satisfaction, peace, the relationship with others, their community, including a personal level, attachment, social comfort. So at a personal level as well as a social level. Sometimes regarding a feeling or belonging and relationship. Obviously, gender, culture, ethnic group. That is also social environment. Education and roles in the workforce. What is your role in the workforce? How you are working, with whom you are working. Same thing, is coming in different things, different forms, different things. So these are the total 12 key determinants, and we are just going to little bit elaborate it. The conditions and communities in which they live, same thing, your living condition, how they feel about themselves, how you feel about yourselves. You are the best judge. Your education, your knowledge, your environment will give you some clue, and you have to find out what is the avenues to solve this problem, not being stressed or managing your stress. So page 62, you are going to give another problem, thinking it through again. Do you believe that being a volunteer can contribute to your physical and social well-being? Would volunteering in your chosen field add value to your resume? So this is the question. This is the things we are giving you the problem. You have an opportunity to volunteer at your community healthcare. You know it is good cause, but under something else. Okay, no, it's okay. You know it is a good cause, but wonder if you can find the time with all your other commitments at school and home. Do you believe my question? Being a volunteer can contribute to your physical and social well being? What is your answer?
Yes, it will.
It will. But after managing your all other things, you have to find some things. Would volunteering in your chosen field add value to your resume? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Especially in Canada. You guys are going to who are in school, even my daughter, volunteering hours is a major impact in your resume. Especially if you volunteer in your chosen field, that means you have the knowledge on that. So they will hire you faster than the others who doesn't have the experience. So social environment continued. Using online resources, identify volunteer positions within your community. Is there an application process for the volunteer position? Mostly, yes. What type of commitment is needed? It depends upon where you are going to do the volunteer. And before doing the volunteer, you ask the questions where you are going to do the volunteering. What time commitment is needed? How would this at your personal social environment? Try to do the volunteering. What is going to help you in your dream jobs or in your social life or your family life? Just give me a second. Just let me take a sip of water. Okay. Just good. Now the physical environment. Obviously, physical environment has impact on our health. You see, when there is a wildfire, when there's a smoke from the factories, when you are putting some things in the water drainage system, is in polluting our environment, and ultimately we are affecting from there. So two categories, natural and manufactured environments. Natural environment includes food, water, air. Manufactured environments, buildings people live in, work in, roads travel. So how would air and water pollution and poorly constructed buildings affect the health of an individual? So that we know the smoke has effect on your lungs, ultimately your breathing problem. When there's a poor building, there is not good system to remove the carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide poisoning, not good system of the air purification, not good water pollution prevention. So ultimately it affects in the health in the long run. Sometimes we doesn't understand even because we see, oh, it's a nice apartment, it's nice looking, it has so many things, but we don't, not everybody, not even individual, we don't have that extremely deep knowledge from which materials or how it has been constructed. And obviously natural fire, the factories, smokes, lot of things are going in the water. So we have to be very careful so that we doesn't pollute our environment. I am polluting it without feeling or knowing or without the knowledge, but ultimately it's affecting everyone's health, including me. Is that okay going on, or if you have any questions so far we read? Looks like good. Everybody is silent.
Yes.
So personal health practices and coping skills. What is that? Personal health practice is very important and it's related to self-imposed risk behaviors, health beliefs, and health behaviors. So it's your level of self-esteem, sense of control, and level of confidence. What I told you before. This is the personal health practices. Whatever you know, you talk with the community, you talk with the family member, or you talk if you have gone running through problems with whom you feel comfortable and you trust. You talk with them if you are going through some problems. Or at the same time, keep your self-esteem level in a good condition. If you doesn't get a job, whatever you need today, but for maintaining your uh, social life or family life or your own life, the economic aspects, you are doing some job which may not be you deserve it, but don't lose hope. You know, I am taking this one as base point, but I'll look for the further opportunities. So don't feel that I am lost, I'm gone, and then you are getting stressed, then you are getting the problem, ultimately have the stress to go to the mental state, then it's going to your physical health, mental health, everything. So you have to control, try to develop. That is the education. That is your knowledge. Education is not by reading the books and other things I'm getting the knowledge. Knowledge, you're building your knowledge, how to develop your self-esteem also. Coping skills help an individual deal with situations and problems. So these are influenced by genetic makeup and socio-economic factors. Sometimes some health problems are genetic. We cannot avoid it. Super diabetes, sometimes some diabetes, which are genetics. This is an example. There is a possibility that who has the genetic, there will be. But yes, okay, nowadays there are a lot of things, a lot of medication, a lot of strategies, a lot of guidelines, a lot of good practices are there. So that, yes, we have to deal with it, we have to control it, we have to go ahead. So now personal health practices and coping skills. We have to again go through page 163. Using online tools, research local resources to assess with stress and identify ways to cope with the stress and discuss finding as a class.
Miss,
Yes.
can I just say something here, please?
Yeah, you can, always can. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
so the pages that you're reading out
Yeah,
are different in the book.
they're different in the book.
Yeah, they are unless it's a different textbook you're referring to. But what is the textbook that you're referring to?
I don't have the textbook, dear. I am going to talk to them then because they have changed it. So they said the textbook for you. But whatever I am telling you, so whatever is written here, thinking about through like this, using it is giving you the clue, right? Using online tools, research, local resources to assess with the stress and identify ways to cope with the stress. That is for your knowledge.
Okay, so we don't have to refer to the pages?
I don't know whether it's referring to your books, the same pages or something. Is that 163? Do you have the page when you are ethics and some things? Is in the page 163 is giving you the same type of things?
No. It's a different page in the book. The
Which book you
page
have?
I'm looking at the health and health care delivery in Canada.
That is the book name?
Yes. So the pages are different. So what I did, I went through the contents.
Yeah.
And then I tried to search to see which makes sense from the topic that you're teaching us.
So did you find it?
I found it. I found the ethic and healthcare
Yeah.
on page 311. So
Okay.
all the um all the stuff that you're giving us is completely
So under that chapter, right?
yes, it's in chapter 9 in the book.
Okay. Chapter 9. Okay. Because they are changing everything every time, right? So I don't have any chapter 9 ethics page starting
So I
3.
have to search.
Yeah. Page 311. And what you tell me the name of the book? Health
and Out
and
Care Delivery
health.
in Canada.
Health.
And
Sorry,
Out Care Delivery in Canada.
I can't hear you properly. Could you please speak slowly
Okay,
due
so
to the
it's health
yeah.
and health care
Okay.
delivery in Canada.
Oh, okay. Healthcare delivery in Canada. Okay. Healthcare delivery.
So,
Uh,
we just have to search through it. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to tell them. But anyway, whatever is in your PowerPoint is enough. But you just go to whatever is in the PowerPoint where they are telling that okay, so do this search, you can do the search and just see what are the different, how you can cope with the stress, what are the different methods, yoga, these, that, how you are going to, you can help to manage the stress management. Okay. So this is they are using the online tools, research local resources to assist stress and identify ways to cope with the stress. This is for you, and if you want, you guys can discuss in the class. Okay. Healthy child development. This being at conception and before birth. Everything. Not child development means after the child has delivered. From the beginning, when conception to before birth. So affected by the health practices, nutrition, and risk taken by the mother. Mother has to take a good nutrition. Mother doesn't have to be drink or addict with the smoking, alcohol, anything. Mother has to have a good nutrition. Mother has to take care of everything, whatever is good for the child. Drinking, the what I told, I didn't look at the second line. Drinking, drug use, and smoking can adversely affect the baby, including low birth rate, impaired memory function and problem solving skills, and hyperactivity disorder. So this is important. Healthy child development begins at, they may give you couple of multiple choice, conception and before birth, after birth. You can understand that, but the answer is begins at conception and before a birth. Okay. They can ask you the drinking, drug use, smoking can adversely affect the healthy child development. Yes or no, true or false? Is low birth rate or impaired memory function or hyperactivity disorder can be resulted from the poor healthy child development procedure. So these are the things. This is the main things. The healthy child development. It starts at the begins from the conception and before birth. It affects the nutrition, drinking, drug use, smoking, and all this can happen to the baby if mother is addicted. And also, obviously, biology and genetic endowment is one of the factor. So all these attributes the people inherit from their parents or from their ancestors, including developing specific diseases and other health problems. Socioeconomic and environment influences can affect biology, obviously. Stress. So biology and genetic. Genetic, you are inheriting from your parents or grandparents or great grandparents. But biology can be affected by your genetic as well as your socio-economic and environment condition. What is the role of the health services? It includes diagnosis, treatment. What is the treatment means? To restore the health. How to do the disease prevention, health promotion. Like the disease prevention, how we did the COVID. You are the mask, you are doing the hand sanitize, you are doing maintaining the social distancing at this time. So this is an example for the disease prevention. There is for different disease. You are taking the flu shots or you are taking some medication after doctor has prescribed. So this is the prevention, how you can prevent the disease. And ultimately, this is the role of the health services. They do the help in the diagnosis of the treatment, prevention of the disease, and health promotion. At the community level, the type of healthcare services offered and how they are delivered can affect the health of a population. How? Easy access to a primary care for immunization. You doesn't have to go to the hospital. You doesn't have to go and line up to your doctors. You don't have to get an appointment. It takes some time. So your community should arrange some primary care for basic immunization and health checkups. Can greatly increase the health of a community. Communities which are isolated or do not have consistent health care providers lack access to basic and preventive health care. Obviously, not cannot be in the community places how many people can be immunized or they can do the basic checkups. It cannot be done in the emergency or your individual doctors, family physicians, or walk-in clinics. So number is going to be the less. So that affects the healthcare. So community services for healthcare is important. Gender. Gender is a personal expression of who people as an individuals. This only differs from the biology or sexual orientation. It also refers to range of identities that one assumes and that may change through the life cycle. So includes self-identified social and cultural differences, lifestyle and sense of self, not only the biological status. It also depends upon your biology between the gender. Just an example, the females or ladies, when they goes to the menopause, they lose the estrogen, their estrogen hormone is less. Giving a just example, there are different lot of examples, but I'm giving the easiest one. When the estrogen hormone is less, from that time, estrogen cells also help the heart, and some other parameters also. So they, and also the bone function. So after menopause, they start developing more bone problems, more heart problems. This is the gender related health problem. Okay, so what is called? It's calling here. So what is the meaning of LGBTQIA? It is an acronym. You know what is acronym means. You have already learned it. It is for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, queer, and questioning. Two-spirit. I have intersex and asexual people. So other identity terminology include the gender, natural, or androgynous. So this is the name. It doesn't come too much, but if they comes that what is the give this one, and they give you the choice, multiple choice, different names. Like you have to remember L for lesbian, gay for G for gay, B for bisexual, T for transgender or transsexual, any one of them. Q is for queer and questioning. Two spirit, intersex. I is for intersex and asexual people. So one example I already gave. What are some possible challenges of gender as a determinant of health? You can look at that, the gender and related to health determined. One example I already gave, the estrogen level for the postmenopause woman. You can go through that. What is the gender specific changes is going to, you can get more idea about that. Culture. Culture is described. Culture is described as a way of life. The behaviors, values, attitudes, geographic and political factors. And it also attributed to a group of people also. That is the culture. From where basic culture, when you are raising, which culture you are getting up, what type of cultural values you got, it reflects on your behavior. In what geographical or social environment you have raised, what type of socio education you got, it helps to build your confidence, your self-esteem. Ethnicity refers to more race, origin, and ancestry, identity, language, and religion. That is the ethnicity. What the ethnicity means. It's a race, origin, ancestry, identity, language, and religion. Culture and ethnicity are often linked each other, and which affects health, particularly in terms of health beliefs, health behaviors, and lifestyle choices. So culture with those social, religious value, belief systems which differ from main culture are more likely to be face inequities, marginalization, socio-economic problems, and isolation. If you are too much deviated from the culture where you are living, it's going to be more problem for your socio-economic because you cannot adjust with your current cultures, and ultimately it leads to isolation. This may or may not improve the longer an individual has been in Canada. For minorities or those new to Canada, including refugees, barriers to seeking care may lead fear, language struggles, and non-involvement of family members. So whenever you are coming as a refugee, you doesn't know anything. You have the language barrier, you have struggles. So that makes you suffer the culture if you doesn't have a strong support here. So we have to work together, we have to help each other. So groups, it said, that face inequalities is called indigenous population, Black Canadians, all LGBTQIA, new Canadians, obviously others, everybody. It's not like that. So this is the question. Health inequalities in Canada, which are the main groups face. So now we are going to the laboratory system, doing the determinants of health. Okay, break time. What is your break time? 10 minutes? Hello?
Usually 20.
20 minutes.
20.
I don't
Yes.
know how much break times is allowed here. I have no
She
idea.
was
This is the
she was giving us a 20 minute.
Right.
okay. Am I used to give us 20 minutes? Okay,
It's
one
up to
thing.
you.
Okay, one thing. As per here is 10 minutes. I have no problems giving you 20 minutes. But you know,
Thank you.
you understand our break time is 10 minutes. For any discussion with anyone questioning anything, 10 minutes. Okay? Got it, my point?
Okay.
You
Okay.
guys all
Thank you so
got
much.
it? Okay. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, 20?
10, 20. Okay. Hi, good morning, Brenton. In team, good morning. In team, I am not assigned for the class. Yeah, so I have to request one of my students to join me. You can see in my team, I don't see the current class. When I joined in is a different class. That is started in June, I took for the downtown campus. In the team, I don't see my class from 9 a.m. Yeah, I am just taking the class because immediately it came to my mind. I asked one of the students, could you please invite me? So I am on break right now. That's why I'm calling you. And one more thing, you told me that each day we have to do complete each units. Somehow for this group, first day, there was no teacher or instructor. So they did by themselves. So what has to be completed by the day unit 5, it was not completed. So they have completed till unit 4, Amir. So I was, yeah, but I am going to be one day late. How I'm going to manage it? Now the exam was not done. What was supposed to be done last week? Yeah, exam was for last week. Yes. You can see me in the team, right? Yeah. This is my team. Yeah, yeah, I know. I have no, is that okay? Because you that day you told me that each day I have to complete the each one, right? So okay, Benton. Okay, I totally understand now. As because I am doing the first time in the T12. That's why my question is. So the exam, it was due last week. So how I'm going to do that exam? Probably they want to do in the Wednesday and Friday they have to do the final exam. So how I'm going to do that? But I cannot schedule the exam. I cannot schedule the date. Okay, so I can talk to them if they are ready to do the exam. No, no, I am not doing. This is I'm dealing with you. This is I'm not saying this is I have to deal with you. I am not saying I am telling for some queries which is not clear in the D12. So that's why I think I send it to her. Okay, so basically I'm going to tell you, talk to my students and tell you that whether they are going to ready to take exam because they are not ready to exam tomorrow because they are learning the unit 5 today. Right? So they okay, and then there will be a final exam next Monday. Okay. And then I can, after the exam from Tuesday, I can start the anatomy and physiology. Is that right, Benton? So I am going to email you and later Wednesday, probably I'm going to sit with you again on the team sometimes to see once they have done one exam, I like to see the evaluation of the assignment. How do I have to put their assignment or they are going to submit directly? How is working? Okay, so I'm going to be notified. I am going to be notified that the assignment has been signed or something. Okay, so now how I'm going to know which day their assignment is due? Which day their assignment is due? How I'm going to know that? So that day I'm going to click it on the D12, right? Which day, how I'm going to know which day their assignment is due? Because I opened the assignment, I saw the assignment, I don't see any due date. I will going to go in the Wednesday. Till now, I have some time. So I'm going to go on the Wednesday because I have a night shift today also. Okay. So Wednesday, let me take the class. Wednesday, I will do that exam and after that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Brenton. Thank you. It will take a little bit. One course, then will be okay. You know, at the beginning, it takes a little bit time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Just let me know when you are ready, okay?
We're ready when you are, ma'am.
I am ready. I'm just asking you. I'm
Okay.
ready. I am in the team. Okay, so in the basically in the afternoon activities, they told you to work in the groups on your assignment. So what is your assignment? Promoting the medical laboratory assistant or technician profession. So we have some time. Do you want me to continue to the next? Okay, for basically, I just talked to DOE and Director of Education. For exam, if you want to do it tomorrow, it's going to be unit 1 to 4. So we can set it up that for tomorrow, or if you want to do it Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Everybody likes to do it and tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am, tomorrow.
Excuse me, ma'am. So
Yeah.
tomorrow I have the CPR at the camp, so I will not be here. Like,
Oh, okay. So you are not going to be here even for the course, right? For the
yeah,
teaching. What
yes.
time is your CPR?
So I think Wednesday is good.
Between 9 to 3.
Oh, 9 to 3 minutes. So entire time you are up. So, okay, so how you are taking the both classes at the, what is your name, dear?
Izzeddin Hayani. So what happened with me? The first one was like they rescheduled it for me.
Can you spell your name again?
Hayani.
Okay, Yani, okay. So you have the CPR class. So I don't know where you are going to be give the attendance CPR class, and also you are not coming to this class. Okay, so I have to deal with this thing. Okay. Because if you are not in my class, I cannot mark you here. But if then you are not going to absent for the day because you are doing the CPR. I have to
Yes,
how
for
they are
one day.
booking. No, I understand, but they have double booked you. So if you are not tomorrow available Wednesday, we can go for the test number 1 to unit number 1 to 4. Okay. So I
Hello,
will
ma'am.
tell. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. It's Evelyn. I have a suggestion. Why don't we just go through the general topics for the exam tomorrow, and we'll have the exam on Wednesday.
That's what we are doing. No, tomorrow I have to go teach my daily activities, right? I am trying to do that one. Okay. 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 So because we are already 1 day late, right? So maybe we have to link our final exam. If we can complete, we are going to do in Friday. If not, maybe we have to move it to the Monday as we are running 1 day late. Don't worry for that because it's a huge long course, long time. I talked to DOE, he said okay. So right now, I will move on to the unit number 6 and see how much we can cover, and then I am going to leave you 1 hour time. You want the time for working on your assignment? When is your assignment due?
On
I think
Thursday.
tomorrow.
Thursday.
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 This
Yeah, we
Thursday
could
due.
we'll find a time. Can we get that time for the assignment to work on it? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? You give us time?
Yes, that's I'm telling. So in the afternoon, you can see my screen. The afternoon, we are supposed to do the group discussion, whatever we learned, right? What about your social, this, that. So you guys can take care of that issue because that is not going to come in the exam. So that is your homework. You can do the home. Okay. So, but right now, we have to move on to the unit number 6. And also, your one important thing is you have to do your assignment. Okay. So in the assignment, it said you have the time from 11 to 12. And then there was a complete your test unit 1 to 4. So today we don't have the test. We are going to take the test on Wednesday. So I have to use this time, 1 hour time, to teach you the further unit number 6
So,
today.
Miss,
Yes.
can I ask a question, please? So it's saying that we should do, is this the assignment that is on your page right now that you want us to do from 11 till 12 o'clock?
Yeah. So we can do
Okay,
this way.
so
Listen to
with
me.
this assignment, and underneath it, it said from 12 to 1 o'clock, we are completing the test. Why can we use the completion of the test to review the test unit 1 to 4, if that's what it's saying there?
No, what I'm
I think
telling you
someone
are
had asked that question before.
you are already done unit number 1 to 4. Review you have to do by yourselves in your PowerPoint. Okay, basically. Okay,
All right, thank
so
you.
right, you understand this time 12 to 13, this 1 hour time, because this time we are going to use in Wednesday for your test. So this 1 hour time I can use to teach you the unit number 6. We are adjusting the time as you are late. You understand?
Okay, got it. Thanks.
You
Yes,
got
Miss.
it.
I'm sorry. This is Christiana. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I discussed with the other teacher last week on Friday,
Yes.
in front of the class that because unit 1 to 4 to unit 4 is so dense, we just wanted to know just like what topics to focus on for the test. Because we have a test and then we have the assignment and then we have a final exam, right? Is that how the schedule is going, right?
Assignment is on Thursday, so it's not
Okay.
assignment. We are giving you some time to work on your assignment. You doesn't have to submit the assignment tomorrow. You have
Yes, I
to
know.
yeah. So basically, right now I am giving because the unit 1 to 4 teacher has been covered. Go through the review and PowerPoints and everything, right? So I cannot if I go through the unit 1 to 4 again. So I will
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to go through the whole unit 1 to
no no
4.
I
No. What I was asking was like if like the topics that we should focus on, just for review, the topics. Because we if you read through the unit 1 to unit 4, it's very dense. There's a lot of course material. So I just wanted to know if there's like topics that you would recommend for us to focus on for studying,
Okay,
if that
I'll
makes
try to go
sense.
through very quick review because I didn't teach those things in D2L. I did go through it. I'll go through you guys quickly because
Okay.
so there is a
Thank
deal.
you.
Okay, so there is the deal. One thing I will go through the quick review within half an hour, and then probably you have to compromise little bit time. You guys can work a little bit of your assignment at your own time. Okay, instead of 1 hour because I have to divide the time to teach you the unit number 6 as well as your request to go through the quick review for the unit number 1 to 4. Okay, so you'll see how much time is left. Then maybe you have to work on your assignment little bit at your home time. Is that okay, you guys? You understand what I
Okay.
mean? Okay,
Yeah,
let
that's
us
fine.
see. Let us see how it goes. Okay, so I didn't teach that one. You know, number 1 to 4. Let me go back and see what is happening here. Okay, so if I go here, if I just close, what is this one? Oh dear. So this is your first one, right? You can see it. This one was your first? Unit 1?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so reading resources activities, we don't need it. Course navigation, don't need it. So these are important. The role of laboratory director oversees the whole lab. That's okay. Up to this one is fine. You doesn't have to do needs a PhD or this and that, okay? Laboratory director, who is responsibility oversees the whole lab. Laboratory supervisor or manager role responsible for the technical aspects of managing the lab. Generally, there's the MLT, not medical lab technician, it's medical lab technologist. Okay, so you can write it down or highlight. So lab staffing roles, medical lab technologists, they have the knowledge of instrumentation and testing principle, and they can communicate the results. They do the quality control, analyze the specimens, and report results. Medical lab technologists has a lot of responsibility in the lab. We just face the lab public. We face the public because mainly we are doing the blood, and we do the preparation for the testing procedure, specimen for testing. We doesn't do the exact testing, though you are going to learn a lot of things, but in general we make ready for the preparation. So procedure, specimens for testing, prepare specimen for testing and delivers to the bench. Can run simple test under supervision like the urine analysis, hemoglobin estimation kind of things, but it has to be under direct supervision of the medical lab technologies. That is the questions come lot of times. Medical laboratory assistants can do the work under supervision, not by themselves, so it can be done with the limited skill. They are responsible to face the public. They are the public face of the lab. That's why they call, because you are taking the blood, doing the phlebotomy. You have to know the knowledge of order of draw and other things. Then you are making the samples ready, specimen ready for testings. You can do some tests, some simple tests under direct supervision. So these are the professional group works together in the lab to help. Okay. So who can be a medical lab technologist, like what you are doing? Qualified to a laboratory technician if the person has obtained an Ontario secondary school of diploma or is able to produce evidence of equivalent standing. So you have to have the laboratory technician. When for taking the laboratory technician course, you have to have a secondary school diploma, or you have to prove the evidence which is equivalent to that for qualifying to be entered in that course. What are the other options you can have? If you can work at least 2 years as a technical trainee in a lab, or successfully completed relevant courses which together with the person's work experience are equivalent to the experience set out in a class. These are the second. Basically, you have to take the diploma degree what you are taking. But if you doesn't have, how you can get into the program? If you have either secondary school diploma, or you have 2 years experience as a technical trainee in a lab, or you have successfully completed relevant courses. This is important duties of an MLA or MLT. You can do the blood procurement, that means phlebotomy, vein puncture. You can do the sample preparation of samples. You are going to learn how to separate the serum, plasma, make the slides ready. Blood smears, how you are going to make the smear and staining. These you are going to learn with me when you are going to be in the lab. Planting microbiology specimen to grow bacteria. How you are going to do plate in the culture plate. Loading samples onto the analyzers. how you are going to load samples in the, how you are going to use the centrifuge machine and other things, that has been already. What is the point of care testing? What is point of care testing means? We can do the point of care testing. Give an example of the point of care testing to me. Anyone has any idea?
Point of care is where the patient is.
Hmm?
Point of care testing is like bedside, where the patient is.
Yeah, not only the bedside,
But
only where the patient is. Okay, so see, one patient, why I'm telling this one, patient came to the emergency, sitting on the chair, needs to do the glucose testing immediately. The patient is not in the bed. So where the patient side, okay? So point of care setting where the patient is, on the side of the patient. It can be to the hemoglobin estimation, it can be the glucose estimation, it can be the ECG sometimes, whatever. Chemical urine analysis, how you are going to the dipsticks method, reagent preparation, how you are going to make the laboratory reagent. All these things are the duties for the medical lab assistant or technician. So you guys know what are the different, what is the specimen receiving department role? What is the department of the microbiology? These are the culture for the infection. Histology, pathology, they deals with the tissue and cells. Transfusion medicine, blood bank, they deals with the blood grouping to make ready to know what blood group is the patient, if the patient needs the blood transfusion. Hematology, they check everything, what is the WBC count, hemoglobin, all the general complete blood counts, including the ESR, is deal with the hematology department. Chemistry did all the blood tests, like what is your cholesterol level, what is your enzyme levels, what is your troponin marker, anything. And molecule is go further when you need the molecular testing. So what is the role of the receiving department? They receive patient specimens, prepare for them testing, sends out to the other labs. So if you are in the collection center, in any like the labs or gamma diagnostic center or in the doctor's office, you are responsible for receive the patient specimen, whether urine or blood or anything, and then make it ready for the labeling with the proper patient identification. You have to check it and you have to prepare them for testing, and then you have to send it to the refer test to other labs. Laboratory departments microbiology, detection of isolation of pathogenic causing bacteria. So what is the causing the infection? Either is from the sample, maybe from the blood or from the urine or from any wounds liquid or anything, CSF, anything. To make sure whether there is an infection or not, we do the culture, either in the plate. There are different types of culture method. We are going to deal with that when in the lab and when we are going to learn the microbiology. But this is the microbiology deals with the detection of an infection. Who caused the infection? Mainly the bacteria. Virus also cause the infection, but we cannot culture the virus. So only whether there is any bacterial infection, that is going to be done by the microbiology. Histology, different tissues, whether there is a cancer, what is anything other, other changes in the tissue, this can be done by the histology or pathology lab. Histo means tissue, and cyto means cell. Cytology, which deals with the cell, and histology, which deals with the tissue. Transfusion medicine, I already told you, blood products for transfusion. Not only the blood, they are also deal with separation of, serum or plasma or everything, different units, different parts of the blood, and platelet, so that whatever is needed for the patient, these are ready. So they checked everything. So red cell, blood, plasma, platelet, everything. Hematology, the formed elements. What are the formed elements? You are going to learn later. Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets. Everybody knows. So you have different types of blood cells, platelets, and coagulation testings. Men, how you can quickly form a clot. What is your clotting time? People has the heart attack, sometimes they give the anticoagulant. What is the anticoagulant? This is the heparin therapy or anticoagulant therapy, so that their blood doesn't their blood clot very quickly, so that to prevent the clot and to prevent from the heart attack, they give the anticoagulation therapy. Chemistry did all the quantitative tests for the plasma syrup, which glucose, electrolytes, cholesterol, urea, creatine. So general, all the biochemical functions of the body of different organs, it done in the chemistry department. Molecular, use the molecular technique is the PCR. It's called the polymerase chain reaction. It's we use for the COVID, the viral. So that is, we use the molecular technique. There are a lot of different molecular techniques depending upon the whatever the test has been ordered by the doctor as per the symptoms or condition of the patient. So there are three divisions. This is very important. What is pre-analytical, what is analytical, and post-analytical? They are only mix and match. They are going to give you these things and tell you to do, write down what is pre-analytical. If they give sample preparation, they give you the options pre-analytical, analytical, and post-analytical. So you have to write out is under the pre-analytical. Instrument maintenance, point of care testing, any sample analysis, quality control, all are analytical. So these three you have to remember very carefully. There will be mix and match probably, because from my past experience from the other model system, there are a lot of questions like that. When a test order, patient identification, sample collection, pre-analytical means you are before doing the testing. That is the anything before doing the testing is called the pre-analytical. Sample accessioning. Accessioning means you are receiving the sample, you are matching whether it had been written in the label versus whatever the requisition, everything is correct. Sample preparation, preparation of serum or plasma or making the ESR or the hemoglobin, and then sample delivery to the lab or to the bench. Analytical, quality control. You have to run the quality control, make sure your system is working, your kit is working, your reagents are working. Otherwise, it is going to give you the false result. Then you are doing the sample analysis. That is the direct sample from your patient you are doing the analysis to give the result. Point of care testing, this is analytical because you are doing it right now at the patient side. How much is the glucose? If the glucose is too low. Blood pressure monitoring, is the blood pressure is too low, too high? It's answer instant ECG, instant hemoglobin testing. This is the also under the point of care testing. Instrument, maintenance of instruments is analytical because you are doing it right now. If the instrument is not properly functioning, all the results is going to be deviated, give you the false, not the right results. And post-analytical, when you did all the things, the test results, what are the results of the test, and if you have to storage the sample for further use or for some different reasons, that is the post-analytical. Sample disposal. All biological samples are considered as a biohazard. You have to know what to dispose which one. Where you are going to dispose the blood tubes, where you are going to dispose of the urine, where you are going to dispose of the sharp, which is sharp is the biological. So this is the sample disposal. And document retention. Always you have to have all documents. Nowadays everything is the computer, before you have to write it. So this is very important. What is the function? So what includes the laboratory dynamics, safety updates, because you have to, every time there is some changes in the, not every time, sometimes maybe it depends upon the situation, safety updates, like when the COVID came, we have to do our safety updates as per that. In general, there is a safety update, safety situation, how you are going to be safe for yourself, for your patient. But As per the situation, always there is an update for the safety. So you have to be knowledgeable of that. That is the another quality of the medical lab technician or technologist or who are in the health field. You have to keep your knowledge updated as per the situation at your workplace or your environment or your provincial level or your federal level. Technology, testing update, everything like that. There is a change. Okay, maybe for this test you are using this color tube. Maybe after sometimes new methodology came, new instruction came, you have to use the another color tube. So that is the technology testing updates and human resources change. So you have to do that one. So can you think of any recent current event that has made the lab new analyze new state COVID-19? Standard of practice. What are the name of the CSMLS and MLPAO? These are the two main organizations. CSML is a national session, MLPAO is the provincial. So MLPAO, if you have the degree, you can work anywhere in the Ontario. But if you have both CSMLS and MLPAO, you can work anywhere. CSMLS, you can work anywhere in the Canada. This is they develop the standard of practice. What is the standard of practice of the CSMLS? Professional responsibility and accountability, competent application of knowledge, competence and proficiency laboratory practice, and communication. That is the CSMLS based standard of practice. This is important. MLPAO, these two are important. These two are very important. So just write it down. I'm not going to reading it because you guys already did that. Okay. What is professional conduct? How does professionalism means to you? What do you mean by professionalism? What? You have to follow the ethics to standardize professionalism for all lab professionals. CSML has developed a code of professional conduct that is available in the MLA competency profile. Write the national certification exam. Okay, so it's okay. You have to write the exam. Yeah, so regulated healthcare professional means if you have something, you can write, it's called the incident report. You can write a complaint, whether it is your colleague, your member, your co-worker, your patient, anything. So it's called the code of ethics that provides moral and ethical. What is the role of code of ethics? Moral and ethical guidelines. That is the code of ethics. What is the regulation MLTS called CMLTO? This is the technologist. So CMLTO, this is the two things, CSMLS for the medical lab assistant or medical lab technician. But CMLTO, these questions come. CMLTO is for the medical laboratory technologist of the Ontario. So this organization deals with the medical lab technologies. What is going to be the safe and effective healthcare from their things, how they are going to function, what is the set of standards to enter practice in the MLT profession. So sometimes MLT, our designation is MLT/A, medical lab technician/A. MLT is medical laboratory technologist. So it says, if the questions come, is the MLT can work with the licensing in CSMLS or MLPAO? True or false? MLT.
Sorry, what's the question again?
False.
Is NMLT can work in the healthcare with a certified license for the CSMLS or MLPAO?
CSMLS.
No. MLT is medical lab technologist. They have to pass the CMLTO. When is MLT/A? medical lab technician / A assistant, then you only the ML-POW and CSMLS. Try to understand the difference. We are not MLT. We are MLT / A or MLA. Okay? An MLT is the medical lab technologist. So there are two different. Yes.
We're good,
So you
ma'am.
can. Yeah. You're good? Okay, so here is the topic, regulation of MLTs, medical lab technologist, and MLA/T. So medical lab assistant by technician. We need to be licensed from the diploma and also from the either ML-POW or CSMLS. These are what course you are learning. But for the MLTs, you need the CMLTO, that one, that organization. Okay. What is the Control Act? This is very important. So Control Act which can harm if not done properly, that is the Control Act. Those procedures that if not done correctly and by a competent person have a high element of risk. That is the Control Act. Phlebotomy is a Control Act. So, but only example is that we are not regulated. Control Act. The Control Acts are who deals with the Control Act? The surgeons, dentists, anyone who does this type of job which can harm and can't have or have an element of high risk if not done with the competent person. It's called the Control Act. But only the MLA or T, which we are not under the Control Act. We are under the, but we are not regulated. I should say it's not regulated. Is the MLT or MLA/T profession is regulated? True or false?
False. False.
False.
It's not regulated. But till we do one of the Control Act, what is that? The phlebotomy. If you doesn't do properly, it may harm. So only the MLAT, we are not regulated, but we can do the phlebotomy, which is one of the Control Act. Clear? This is very important to be in your brain.
Yes.
So Control Act that impacts MLTs performing a procedures on tissue below the dermis. So this is the procedures. Sometimes the questions comes when you are doing a procedures below the dermis, that is the phlebotomy, is a Control Act, yes or no? It's a Control Act. Okay, but we are not regulated for that. See exception, MLTs can perform phlebotomy since they are trained members of a health professional, and this task is within the scope of our practice of the profession and is done under supervision or direction of member of the profession. Not at all. You can see whenever you are doing the phlebotomy, taking the blood, nobody is going to, but you are going to get your confidence. You are going to be excellent than the medical lab technologist sometimes because you are the person who is facing the patient. You are doing the phlebotomy. In hospital, if you ask sometimes the nurse, doctors to do the phlebotomy, they are not that expert. They will call medical lab technicians because they are more expert because they are doing every day. Maybe one time you go, you are doing the 50, 60 blood phlebotomy each day in doctor's office or the lab or in the hospital, more than that. Who is going to be the expert? You. This is very important. Who can request a lab test? There will be a lot of things. If the medical lab technician can order the lab test, can a medical lab technologist can? There will be options, but you have to know who only can order the test. Physicians, dentist, registered nurse with extended certification is called the nurse practitioner. Naturopath or some insurance act What is the insurance of agent? What is the confusion come? These are easy to remember. Midwives. Midwives only can order the lab test, request the lab test. Okay? So remember who can order the lab test. What is the accreditation means? You guys already learned is the how to improve the outcomes through independent assessment against global. It's a global accreditation. So it should be globally, everything is going to be the same standard. That is the accreditation. So accreditation is done to check whether you are following the best practices and producing accurate and high quality patient results. That is for the aim of the accreditation. From the government, they go in different places, they check with information, prior information, without prior information, sudden surveillance visit.
Really? It doesn't sound like that. And I know when you say that.
Somebody's mic is probably on. Thank you. So surveyors for lab accreditation are volunteers from the industry and the review documents process and interview staff from the lab. They will come and ask you, they are going to watch you, what you are doing, whether you are doing the proper steps for doing any procedure, what you are doing. Say, for example, you are doing the phlebotomy, whether you are doing the sanitizing your hand, whether you are doing the patient identification, where you are describing the procedure to the patient, how you are dealing the patient, what you are following each step as per hygiene, as also for your procedure. It's kind of external audit. Accreditation is external, like the internal audit, the external audit that results in a report card. So what is their aim? To ensure programs and labs are maintaining high standards and engaged in looking for ways to improve. You guys did this one, right? Did you guys
Yes.
this? Okay, good.
Yes,
So,
Yes,
Miss.
we did.
yes, you guys did
Sorry,
it.
thank you so much, Miss. I didn't want you to go into detail for each unit. I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to waste your time. I was just asking for just the topics to focus on because we already did all of this already. Thank you, but I was just asking for the topics. I didn't mean for you to go through each unit.
Okay, so topics, if I don't go to the units, how I'm going to each unit is a different, right? Let me see. Each unit is a different. Okay, so what is the ethics and professionalism unit? What is the unit 2 is said? Let me see. Go down.
It's okay if we can just move on to the next. I was just asking for the topics. That was all.
No, that's okay. That's okay. No, but this is very important. So what I'm telling, these are very important, okay? So just make these notes, whatever is saying here. You can see, okay? So you see, these are very important to know so that this type of questions may come. Okay, let me see what is down then. Standard of practice, knowledge, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Breakdown standard of practice, knowledge, standard of practice, that means this is not this, okay. The knowledge, why is so you guys know what are the MLPA competency guidelines, okay? What are the safety? What does mean? Ensure let's break down. Let's break down what this means. Safe work practice. Specimen procurement. This you have learned, right? These are all the you just see the main headings. Okay, you doesn't have to go to the these you are going to do it again when you are going to do the specimen procurement, other things. So just what are the standard of practice includes specimen procurement, and then these are the things whatever is saying. So you just make sure all those things are important for specimen procurement. Oh my God, they just made it so much unnecessary. This is not unit 2 is not that important. Something I see. Okay. This is not that much, but you can just a little bit. Now unit 3. Come on. What is in your unit 3? Is that video? There is some video?
Yeah, there is like a 3 minutes video.
The standard of practice. Okay. So see, put a job during the phlebotomy. So these whatever they are highlighted here, these are very important. Okay. Just try to remember all those things. Either it may be the multiple choice format or true or false. What means standard of practice? That is going to the question. Just breakdown. Reference range. What do you mean reference range? Okay. What is the critical values? What is the detection limits? So you have to remember those. These I don't find anything. So these are what the MLTs can do. Some molar type of tests like chemical urinalysis, urine pregnancy tests, electrocardiograms. That doesn't need a lot of supervision. Okay. So you can do QC, quality control, but you are not going to be. MLTs never interpret any result. If the questions comes, whether any result they are giving you something else, the MLTs can interpret result. No, that you have to tell the ML medical lab technologist, and they are going to interpret the result. You have to show them after you done the experiment. So these you have to know. What is the critical value? What is that means? Okay, POCT. You already talked about that. Beside patient, you're not bedside. You can see beside patient. Instruments can be in patient clinics or in various wards like ER for fast results. These are very important. Reference range, critical values, detection limit. Okay, not for only this 1 to 4 test is important for every time, even for the MLPAW. This is the pregnancy glucose test, COVID test. Quality and management. So medical laboratory assistant technician shall work, this is the question always comes, shall work under the direct supervision of a MLT in a timely, accurate, and effective manner. What is the quality management? Ensures an organizational lab products or service collect specimen. So this is the quality management. Patient consent is very important. You cannot do anything in this Canada without any consent. What are the different consent, types of consent? What is the express consent means? What is the written consent means? When is the implied consent means? If the patient give you, when you are doing the phlebotomy, if the patient give you the hand, what type of consent it is? It is the implied consent. Oral consent when giving by the oral. Written is written. Explained, written or oral and indicates a clear choice. So you have to know what are the different type of consent. They are going to give an example and tell you what type of consent it is. So they are giving in details, elephant informed consent, what are those? What you are doing some procedure, you are doing the blood transfusion, you are doing any surgery, what are the risks, what is the side effects, what is the benefit? So they have to, the patient has the right to know everything, and then they are going to sign something that is informed and voluntary. Who can give consent? That is very important. Individual who is a capable person receiving the intervention most often give the consent. Who is the patient? If the patient is not capable to give the consent, so there should be power of attorney to the other legal representative or next to kin, like the son or daughter or anyone. No specific age defines a minor when it comes to a consent to treatment. It has to be given by the parents or the elder. Implied contents. Hi, my name is this and I am from the lab. I am here to collect your blood sample. Evaluate patient non-verbal and verbal response. Answer any questions they may leave. Patient will extend their arm for the collection. This action is implied as the informed consent. So if they give you the question that this one patient will extend their arm for the collection, what type of consent it is? The physical chart. Mainly you have to retain in every term. What is Privacy Act? What PIPEDA? What is PIPEDA means? You have to remember that. Custodian. Who is considered a custodian? Do patients have the right to access their own personal health information? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything safe? So you can tell the result to any spouse except the patient when you are under the circle of care of a patient? Can you?
Only the patient.
Only the patient, not even the spouse. Yes. If the spouse called you over the phone and said, can I get the results of my husband of these things? If the patient is verbal and he or she can communicate, then you have to only I can give the result to the patient. If the patient is not that condition and give you are next to the kin or you have the legal documents, then you can do.
Yes.
Confidentiality is very important. When you can work with all health information is confidential. Healthcare professional must legally and ethically maintain confidentiality. That is the major important criteria. If you break it, you may get to jail. Any healthcare professional involved directly in the patient case, that is called the patient circle of care. Only you can discuss the patient results or anything is under the patient circle of care. Who may be the in the hospital setting where we are, who are the in the hospital of care? See, for example, anyone is patient. Who is the doctor, nurse, who are the social workers, physiotherapists, we got the allied health who do the blood work, or medical lab technicians or medical lab technologists or medical lab assistant, other members of the healthcare system, that is the laboratory personnel. We are that, and any administrative. These are under the called the patient circle of care. Only you can discuss among them, you can discuss. Okay, nurse can tell his blood pressure is too low. Can immediately you do the blood work. So I know the blood pressure is low because I am under the circle of care. So only you can discuss the patient health information who are under the patient circle of care. So EMR, electronic EHR, electronic health information. Now everything is in the computer. So you can have the electronic, and some you have to keep the hard copies. Case study, you guys can do this one. Case study, what is the monitor the result? Answer D. What is the answer? What is the answer D? Oh, there is, oh, they are writing the answer. Okay. Okay. So here are the questions and answer. What is the morality and morals? Values. What do you mean by values? Truthfulness, respect to others, competency, and right to proper medical care. That is the values. Sense of duties. What are the duties means? What is the patient rights in healthcare? Oh, these are very important. Principles of ethics. Okay. Beneficence, non-maleficence, respect, autonomy. One. This is very important. You have to know person's right to self-determination is autonomy. Is going to come as a question. Right to self-determination. Mentally competent individuals can make independent decision. Who can take the independent decision is the autonomy. What is this means? Do good for others or remove harm. No harm, no harm, prevent harm, no harm, or do good for others is beneficence. And non-maleficence fast, do no harm, or it's called the primum non nocere. So these you have to remember, dear. Okay. What is the autonomy? They are telling you doesn't need to do all those things. You have to remember those. Ethics at works, guidance for ethical decision making, self-evaluation, best practices for personal. Okay. Yes, you have the right to diffuse. If whatever your competency or your professional skill, you can only work that one. If somebody comes and tell, okay, could you please do that to my patient? No, I am not doing that. Like even I can leave the patient. We are not going to do that in hospital. But it's by chance, if the hospital patient fall down or anything, is going to be our responsibility. Your job, what is your skill, what for you are designated, only you are going to do that. But you are not going to say, I cannot do that. No, you have to tell this is not my under skill. So you have to be nice and politely. You have to keep the professionalism and you have to know the policies of your workplace. So this is the CSML's code of ethics is there before. So done, right? Unit 3 and Unit 4. What is Unit 4? Oh. 720. What is in Unit 4? Oh, this is the Act. I don't like this Act business. PowerPoint. Act. So again, these are the different questions. Editing. Okay. So then copyright, learning. Those are the. So from the Unit 3, you have all the what is the critical values, POCT, standard operating procedure. These are important. Okay, see, implied consent, directly in patient care. So everything is there for your review from the Unit 3, the major outcome. So this is the case study. Probably you already did some case study. What is Canadian Health Act? CHA. That's I told you. The Canadian Health Act becomes a law in 1984. There is a question there, true or false, whether it has been law in 1994. So you have to remember the year, okay? 1984. So this is the year you have to remember. Canadian Health Act became law in 1984. And it guides the healthcare delivery system. Primary goal is to equal, prepaid, and accessible healthcare to eligible Canadians. This is what is that. Only medically necessary. This you have to remember what is the rule of the Canadian healthcare. Only the medically necessary things are going to be covered. Okay, this one. What they does? What is there? What is the provinces and territories are most responsibility for delivering? What are the delivers? Matter. These are the things you have to. So this works. The federal government works in partnership. The Canadian Health Act, what it works, how it works. Federal government works with the partners with the provinces and territories to deliver healthcare. That is the Canadian Health Act. It's the total Canadian Health Act. It's not the Ontario Health Act. It's the Canadian Health Act or any territorial or provincial health act. So this federal government works with provinces and territories to make the final decision or take the steps or develop on the strategies. What are the strategies they take? They take care of these are the then criteria conditions. That much class activity, course assignment. Okay. Any question?
No, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, so let
Thank
me
you.
see. Okay, so now 11:32. Okay, so let me go half an hour. You want to let me go half an hour or 40 minutes to the unit 6, what is there, and then you can work on your assignment, or you want to do the assignment first, then go for the unit 6? What you want?
I suggest to just do the unit 6, and when you are done with the unit 6, we can just spend all the time on our assignment and the rest of the day on any other.
Yeah, unit 6.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So unit 6, I'm not going to cover the whole things. Let me see how much is in the unit 6. Even I don't know. Unit 4. It is Canada. Why is all the unit 4, sir? Yeah. I've got unit 6. 24, unit 5, unit 6. Oh, this is an important one. So basically in this session, we are going to learn what is the transport of dangerous goods, what is the OSHA means. This is very important chapter, especially the WHOI means, not only for this one. When you are going to learn the LLSP, laboratory safety and procurement module, there will be WHOIMS is going to come again. So workplace hazardous material information system and occupational health and safety association. So this is the learning material. Okay, forget about this one. So here we are going to summarize various acts, systems, regulatory bodies which guide the medical laboratory professional where we belong. What the laws and regulation for the imply to the medical laboratory professional for their professional practice. So there are either these are your reading resources, transportation of dangerous goods. What are the dangerous? It's not like that weapon or something. Any biological samples is dangerous because it may have infection. It can spread, or any dangerous chemicals, the acid, alkali, strong alcohol, which is needed. So any kind of things needs to be transported by through the public places. It has to be protected. Special precautions has to be taken so that it is not going to be cause any problem or pollution to the environment. And what is the occupational health and safety? Means the workplace. Where do you work? What is the rules, regulations? Who is responsible for that? What is employer's duty? What is your duty? So that is called the OSA. There are different websites. You can go there to get more details information. Okay, so from the previous, we did the unit 5. Who deals with the outcome? Province. CHA deals with the outcome out of province care. What is that? Portability. Which criteria of CHA deals with rural side? That is the accessibility we had gone through right now. Which criteria of the CHA says all the people have the right to healthcare is universality. What is the another thing? What part of the government is responsible for healthcare funding? Federal. What part of the government is responsible health promotion? We talk provincial. And what are the conditions of the CHA? Is a total information and recognition system. Is the true or false? CHA covers healthcare costs? No. International travelers, we told no. True or false? CHA becomes law in 1994. I was talking, what time? Which year? We saw that one.
1984.
1984. Very good. 1984. So you have to remember the year. True or false? Treatment for a heart attack is considered medically necessary? Yes. Did we did the unit 6? Oh no, we just got through the PowerPoint. Okay. So now we are coming to the transportation in the laboratory. Specimens are transported. Specimens is collected and it has to be transported from the patient bedside, our outpatient labs, to the accessory department, hospitals, from patient collection centers to the main labs. So you are collecting when you are in the hospital, mainly you are collecting the samples from the patient bedside or beside, and then or from the outpatient lab, and then you are sending to the accessioning department, means the receiving department. Each hospital has their own lab. They doesn't have to send the samples, all the samples. I know, so 90% samples doesn't need to send to other places. Only you have to send to the specimen receiving and collection department. That is called the accessioning department. That means they are accessing the sample, collected from the different sites, different departments in the hospitals, including the outpatient. Some for the private labs, doctor's clinic, you have to collect the patient sample and then send it to the main lab. The live labs have their different. Gynecare, they are collection centers, different places. But they doesn't have the lab, they have a main lab. So what they does, they collect the sample, they keep the sample in the condition it should be kept, whether it's the room temperature, is the refrigerator, or is the intake sample, after separation of the sample, whatever the guidelines, they will keep it, and some people will come and then took the sample to mail lab. And that time is the transportation. How we are going to do the transport, the samples, that time? And from accessioning department to the teaching bench, there's the intra-laboratory. So when in the hospital or any lab, anything, you receive the sample, that is called the accessioning. You match everything, whether you are going to accept the sample or reject the sample, that is the main role of the accessioning department. If the samples quantity needs to be done, okay, fill the whole tube. If the tube is not filled, you are going to reject the sample. That is the job of the accession department, to check the patient information, collection condition, whether the sample has to be come in ice or warm or something. If it doesn't come in the proper criteria, proper environment, so you have to reject the sample, because it is going to give you the false result. That is the main role of the accessioning departments. And then their role, after you receive the sample is okay, everything looks fine, patient identification, it matches everything similar, sample is in good condition, then what you have to do, you have to send the specific tube to the specific department, that's called the inter-laboratory. Whether you are going to sending these samples to the hematology department or the transfusion department or the chemistry department or the histology or cytology, microbiology. What test has been ordered, how is it collected, and those tubes have to be sent to the specific department. That is the specimen transported. That is called the inter-laboratory. Transportation guidelines handle with routine practices assume all specimens are infectious. Anytime, any biological samples, any patient looks normal, came for the normal blood testing, but you never know what is. So consider all patient or the biological sample as it may contain any infection, knowingly, unknowingly. And adhere to transportation of dangerous goods regulation. What is the TDG? TDG, or transportation of dangerous goods. What they does, they promote safety and protects the public when dangerous goods are being transported by car, air, ship or rail. Based on United Nations recommendation on the transportation of dangerous goods are defined as a substance that are capable of causing a significant risk to health, safety, property of the environment when transported. So dangerous goods are those which can cause a significant risk to health. That's why I tell, either it's a sample or any chemical or any kind of volatile, non-volatile, which can cause fire. So it's everything which can cause the health risks as well the environment risk when they're getting transported. That is the keyword, when during the transportation, which may cause any risk to health or environment or the property. That is called the dangerous good. What are the roles of the TDG? Who is the co-signer? Is called the shipper. Who is shipping? If you are shipping, you are the co-signer. If lab is shipping to somewhere, lab is the co-signer. So what is the role? What they have to do? They have to find, classify the hazards and prepare packages and documentation for transport with all labels. They are carriers who only transport dangerous goods safely along with the documentation. That is the carrier. So you made everything ready. You know what are the hazards is there. So if you are you working the life lab and you are the shipper, you make everything, classify the hazard, you prepare the package, you put the documentation, do all the forms and fillings, and then the carrier is going to come and pick up, and they are responsible on the transport only. If there is any leakage, if there is any infection, if there is any spread, carrier is not responsible. Responsible is the co-signer before it is delivery. And co-signee is the receiver. So what is their role? They like to see whether when they receive it, everything is in good condition and receives both goods and documentation together. So co-signer, when shipping the material, they checked with the carrier that everything is good, everything is packed, it's leak proof, everything. If something damage happened, damage due to something, if it is no damage without anything, that is the problem of the cosigner. You didn't pack it well or you didn't document it well. But during transportation, say for some accident occurs, if something praised or something, that is the responsibility for the carriers. And cosign is responsible to make sure everything came in the good condition with all documentation and everything. That is the three people working together for the TDG. These are important. Further, the common classification of hazardous substances. Class 2 is called mainly main two types is called mainly three types. Class 2 is called gases. Class 2 gas means oxygen. These are also transported, right? From here to there, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. These are the gases. Class 4 is the flammable solids. There are some picric acids. There are the flammable. These solids can ignite and cause fire. And class 6 is toxic and infectious substance, which can cause the toxic bacteria, any carcinogen, any mutagen, or any infectious substances, any bacteria, virus, any pathogens. And under the infectious substances, this class 6 has been divided, called the class 2 had been divided as the 7 and 8. What is the radioactive materials whose cause the mutation, who affects on the genetic level, that is called the radioactive materials under the infectious substances. There are more subdivision, and class 8 called the corrosive, which can cause corrosion, which can cause skin damage, which can cause the burn of your skin. That is called the corrosives. So there are two types under the 6, category A, category B. Category A, infectious substances which is transported in form that when exposure of it to occurs, it's capable of causing permanent disability, like Ebola, yellow fever, HIV, rabies. This is the very highly infectious. This is called the category A. And category B, which does not meet the criteria for inclusion in category A, majority of the laboratory specimens. So general laboratory specimen, if you doesn't know that there is any 100% Ebola, yellow fever, HIV, rabies, so those are considered as the category B. But when it is known these are causing some life-threatening or fatal disease in for humans, those are under the category A. So this is very important. This is called the UN numbers for during any transportation of dangerous goods. You have to have a 4-digit number that is called the UN number. And what it identify the dangerous goods. There are different numbers. With the numbers, you cannot write it in the public. When you are carrying the material, right? It contains the infectious substance like this one. Here's the Ebola. Can you? No. Because you packed it nicely. There will be no chance of who is the shipper. They packed it, who carrier. They all are aware of them and they are carrying the materials. But you cannot expose to the public to make unnecessary problem. And it's not possible to write all the informations. It will be in the paper. But when seeing the UN number, immediately the shipper, carrier, and consignee, the receiver, they can understand what type of material is that. So UN number 2814, infectious substances. When on the box level you have the UN number 2814, you understand. Everybody, the 3 working group can understand what is there. That is the category A. That means it is affecting the human beings like the Ebola, who is the life-threatening. UN number 3373, biological substance, general category B. So you from their level, the number, you can understand what type of dangerous goods is there or hazardous substances there. It's a 4-digit number. It identifies the dangerous goods or the hazardous substances there. UN 2814, category A, highly dangerous, life-threatening. UN 3373, general biological substances. Labels can be written in English, must, printed clearly and legibly and placed in the appropriate location in the shipping box. This is very important. Which are the exemption of the human specimen from certain part of the TDG regulation? So you blood or urine specimen to monitor cholesterol level every time, yearly, monthly. You are the blood sugar levels or hormone levels. Specimens to determine the presence of drugs or alcohol for insurance or employment purposes. Pregnancy tests and biopsies to detect cancer. These are sometimes exempted from the TDG rule. These you have to know this one, what you is exempted from the TDG rule. Triple packing. When you need the triple packing, category A, highly infections, required 1A packaging instructions, also referred to as P620 packaging. And category B is easy. Category A requires 1A packaging system. Category B requires 1B packaging system. So category A, inner packaging, there are two package. One is inner package, one is outer package. Category A, which has the very life-threatening or extremely hazardous material. Inner packing, leak-proof primary receptacle, leak-proof secondary packing. So there will be two layers of leak-proof packings under the inner layer. The outer layer packing of adequate strength of its capacity, mass, and indeed intent use to which the smallest external dimension at least 100 millimeter. So outer is going to be something outer rigid packet. It's not the soft one which can be mashed or cracked or anything. Say you have to have a hard kind of box which cannot be squeezed or mashed quickly. And then it should have adequate strength for its capacity and mass. And you can use the smallest external dimension. That is for the category A. So you can see how the thing is. So this is the test tube, which is carrying some infectious substances. This is the first layer of packing. It should be leak proof. They put some absorbent material here, so that even it leaks or something, it can be absorbed in there. It's not going to be liquid. It's not going to come out. Then they are going to do the leak proof packing. One layer, second layer. Then everything is capped in a things, and this is going to go in a hardboard box, a thermocol styrofoam box. Here you have the symbol of the biohazard. There is all the labels where you are going to write the UN numbers, what is the upside, what is the downside, everything. This is the rigid packaging. It has to be very, very careful. Package orientation label, non-mandatory. So, but you have to see the sign, which is the upside, which is the downside, is the UN specification marking. This is the UN marking. This is the biohazard symbol. Category B, primary receptacle leak proof or slip proof, secondary packaging leak proof. So basically, you know, whenever you are doing the packaging for sending any biological samples, you need to have a leak proof, because you are dealing with the liquids mostly. So leak proof packaging is needed. This outer dimension having a minimum of 100 millimeter to 100 millimeter, and this dimension is at least 100 millimeter. Then you can go up. That doesn't matter, but it's a minimum. So this is the packaging. You can look at this one later. You can make it bigger. Secondary, primary, absorbent paper, waterproof cap, then put in the box, and then your all the things. UN number. Then you have to see the up and down. That is the other side, and then you have to leak it. So who can transport this? Who handles? offers for transport or transporter dangerous goods must be adequately trained and hold a training certificate. You have to complete TDJ training for doing the transport. Who is doing the transport? Who handles offers for transport? That means who is the shipper, who is the carrier, and who is the receiver. They all should have the training certificate, how to handle the dangerous goods during transportation, starting from receiver to receiver. Employers are responsible for issuing a training certificate once employee has received it. So you have to take the training. Not everybody can do that. It is the case studies. It gets studied. They are giving session in a reference lab in Saskatchewan, SSL, Listeria, fetal death or damage. Fresh tissue and was packed in a plastic disposable bag and put into a cardboard bag. Open during transport, spilling the contents. To her dress and arms. Courier had not noticed any leakage during the possession. Put on preventive course of antibiotics. So here you can find, you can just read the case study and found who is responsible for this spill. Did they pack it properly? Can you guys see it or no?
No.
No.
Are you asking if we can see the case study?
Yeah.
I could see it.
Now we
Okay.
can see it.
But you have your, oh my God, why is not showing this one? So you can look at the case study and let me know later, okay? What do you think? Or who is responsible for that? So now, okay. Occupational Health and Safety Act is called the OHSA. Occupational Health. Occupational means where you are working. So Ontario law that governs the health and safety hazards in the workplace. That is the includes what is the rights and duties of all people in the workplace, establishing procedures for dealing with workplace hazards and enforce the law. That is the responsibility of the Occupational Health and Safety Act. They establish the procedures how to deal the workplace hazards and what are the safety measures and how to enforce the law. So OSHA, employers have the greatest responsibility with respect to health and safety in the workplace. Though it's said, but sometimes employers doesn't care what environment you are working, to be honest with you. Workers and employees need to work together to identify and develop solution to workplace health and safety issues. Create working policies, have safety officers to ensure company is complying with the act, needs safety and health committee in the workplace, and everyone needs to know roles and responsibilities. That is the OSA is going to imply the responsibility on the employers. What is the responsibility of the employers and what is the responsibility for the workers or employees? What type of hazard do you think in medical laboratory? You can have toxic chemical
hazard.
Yeah.
Biohazard.
Lab hazard. There are different types of hazards. We are going to learn it again in details what type of different hazards. But in short, you can have the toxic chemicals like acid, base, alcohol. Biohazards exposed to human specimen, blood, fluids, etc. Sharps. When you are doing the lab procedures, you are using the needles, you are doing the slice, you are using the glass tubes. Then you have the glasswares. You are using different glasswares, the beakers, cylinders, it may break. Aerosols from broken tubes, sample tubes. When you are centrifuge something and you open the tube, it generate the aerosol if it is broken. Dry ice you use for the some packaging is a carbon dioxide. Dry ice is the solid carbon dioxide gas. So if you inhale that much, it's also your lab hazard. Always exist blocked by equipment or supplies. You cannot work properly. You are going with the sample, you are doing the phlebotomy and other things, and is the hallway is blocked. Anytime you can fall down, and you fall down means your samples may fall down. It may leak. Fire hazard. Improper storage of flammable chemicals, liquids, the burners, staff shortage. That is also lab hazard. When there is a lab shortage, if you have to work more than your required time as per law, your brain is not going to function, your body is not function properly. There may be chance you can make a mistake. Sometimes during COVID season, we have to work 16 hours, 20 hours due to the shortage of staff. At the end, it looks like we are dying. Training deficiencies, you are not enough knowledgeable, and also you didn't give a proper orientation where you are going to work. So there may be chance and more, obviously. Okay, so probably we are going to Huibis tomorrow. How much we get? So do you want a time? You want me to continue this one, or do you want the time for doing the your what is called?
Yes, ma'am. We need the time.
Assignment. You need time,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
but don't leave. You have to work in here on the team, okay?
That's
Nobody is
fine.
going to. Nobody is going to out of team. You are anytime any DOE or anything, any modicum comes, so that know that you are working here, not leaving.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So do that one, and I'm going to see how much I can. Who miss? I have this one. Okay. Work on your assignment so that you doesn't have to spend that much time. You can do in group and do that.
Yes.
Okay. Please do that.
Thank you.
And could you please send me in by email if you can see one each group when you have the SSS team, each group either you can rotate the leader, one group leader, and if you send me the groups, it's going to be easy for me for evaluation or marking. Okay.
Professor, can I ask you a question? I just want to double check on the due dates. So the presentation is on Wednesday,
Thursday.
Thursday, and the exam tomorrow?
No, Wednesday, because somebody cannot come
Okay.
due to CPR, right? So I have to tell my DOE to set your exam for unit 1 to 4 on Wednesday.
Mhm. And I
Okay.
was looking into the details of that exam. So can we do at home as well? Is that a possibility?
This one you can do from home, I guess, but the final one probably you have to come to the lab.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that is probably the Friday or something. Then I'm going to check with the DOE. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Miss, when is our final exam going to be then?
It was supposed to be on Friday because your ethics course
This
is 2
Friday?
weeks. Your ethics is 2 weeks, right?
So we have a test Wednesday and a final exam Friday?
Let me say, your ethics course is 2 weeks, right?
I'm not too sure.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, the
Until
course is
November
2
3rd.
weeks.
So you
Yeah.
already did 1
2
week,
weeks.
right? You already
Yeah, we
did
did
1
1
week.
Yes.
1 week. So this
Yes.
is the second
It's
week
2
we are
weeks.
running. Okay. So as per rule, it should be done in this Friday.
Wow.
So this Friday we have to go in person, is what I'm hearing.
Okay. So that's I'm telling. Let me guess as okay. Let me tell you. So as we have some problem at the beginning, you lose 1 day class, so we are running 1 day late, right? So today I am supposed to teach you only the unit 6, but I didn't able to complete the unit 6 as I have to teach you the unit 5 also. So we did part of the unit 6, right? So tomorrow I am going to teach you, try to cover unit 6 and 7 if I can come to the updated position. If not, so maybe we have to move the exam to the next Monday. We'll see how it works tomorrow, okay? And then you are going to do the exam on Wednesday in the morning. We already did the review, so I am not doing the review anymore. So you can do that because the unit 1 to 4 reviews are done today, right? We don't need to do the review anymore. So maybe morning I can teach you a little bit and then you can do the exam. Thursday I'm going to complete all the teaching. If not, I have to extend the teaching till Friday and then I have to do the exam on Monday.
For Thursday, we're presenting the assignment, correct?
Yes, in group.
So how are we supposed to have time to do the unit on Thursday?
Thursday we'll see, we'll do the little bit teaching and then from there, if you just go to your D2L, you can see that that's the time for the assignment presentation.
No, I know we're presenting. I'm just saying, how can you cover a unit? Because like the presentation is going to be what? It says it's supposed to be 8 to 10 minutes per group.
Yes.
Okay.
So either group dealer can do that, or maybe if you have 5 people, each people can describe the 2 slides. You have to be a PowerPoint presentation.
Right.
You have to be PowerPoint presentation. 10 minutes is long time. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So if you have probably 10 slides, each one can divide and you can do that. But you have to write the names of the groups, who is under the group. And you have to let me know who is in which group. You can send me an email. So who is the group leader or the name of the groups? Okay, who are the number group A, B, or C, or D? Tell me the name of the groups and who are under the groups. Because when you am going to marking, when you are doing the group presentation, each group is going to give the same marks.
Miss, sorry, can we put it in the chat?
Which chat?
The chat. We can put our group members like in the chat, right? Like the
Team
group
chat?
leader.
Team
We
chat?
already have a WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group. What about that?
I don't, you have to add me there.
I think we've done that already. Huda.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't check it. I am teaching you. Let me see.
Huda, did you add the lecturer in the group?
MLT group?
Yeah.
No, till now I didn't get it.
No, I didn't. I created this chat like days ago for the teacher presented it and said we should create a chat for the MLTs just so we can share and stuff. Would you want to be a part of it?
I thought it was for this what the
Okay, so
lecturer
whatever, but name the group as group H. Otherwise, it's going to be confused. I have so many medical groups, so that's why. Yeah.
Want no problem.
Yeah, that was why I labeled it group H. I thought it was for this class. So
no, I created that group so we can continue to use it throughout the course for everybody here. MLT.
Yeah, can you rename the group as group H MedLab?
Okay, maybe we can have another group
after this course. Okay, I can add you, no problem.
Yeah, but because what I'm telling, what is the name of your group in the WhatsApp?
MLT group. It's just MLT group.
Miss,
MLT.
If you want, I think it would be just easier if we just post it in the meeting chat.
In the team?
Yes, in the teams, our same chat. We'll just post our teams. And then the leader.
So
I think that'll be easier for you to see.
Chat, where is chat? Okay. Okay, so anybody can send me a message. So I like to make sure everything is working. Anyone send me a message in the chat.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Just send any message, text message or something, and tell your name so that I can understand whether it's working or not.
Okay, I'll just send it right now.
Please.
Can you see it?
I just sent this in the chat. Have you seen it?
Not yet.
And I sent hello. Can you see it?
You can see my chat, right? You can see my screen.
Yeah, but This is not our class, our group chat here.
I think
I
you
think
have to go on where you see on top of the screen on your right-hand side where you see the chat. I think that's the one you have
this
to
one.
choose.
This is my team.
No,
No,
go back
you gotta.
to our class. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the chat.
Oh, okay. So you can
Yeah.
send it there. Okay, under your team. Okay. So I
Yes,
said the
please.
general chat. No. Okay. Yeah. So you can send the name. The.
Okay. I'll send you the first one.
Not the new conversation. Click on the replies or something. You will see it.
خد على البراني. خد على البراني.
Okay, so no problem for that one. So I think we are going to start with the who miss tomorrow because it's a very important model and it takes time to understand what is happening. So this is the who miss. Okay, so we are going to start with the who miss tomorrow, and then I'm going to see how much is then what is the next one. Yes, so it's.
Hello, ma'am. I have a
Somebody is
question.
cooking. Somebody is cooking. I can hear the sound of the utensils.
عشان نتأكد من السؤال الصح.
Hello,
My
ma'am.
God.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
عندك
Who will be our teacher for the next course? Because you have mentioned that you might be move our exam on Monday.
Who you want to be your teacher? Tell me.
No, we don't have idea. That's why I am asking.
What do you think? What will happen? If I am going to be your teacher, you will accept me or no?
Of course, we do accept you. That's why I'm asking because you
No,
said you will
what she's
move our
asking.
exam.
No,
Yeah.
what she's asking is because you said our exam was supposed to be on Friday.
Right.
And if it is not going to take place on Friday, then we might probably have it on Monday. But by Monday, we are starting a new course.
Anatomy and physiology.
Exactly. So that means you are not the teacher. So she's asking about the teacher that will take the next course so that the teacher will be informed that we are going to have our exams for this course on Monday, which is the beginning of
like
our
you
own.
guys tell me, nobody informed me. No teacher has been informed me that they should update me that this is the situation. I told them I need the update from the, the instructor, how much my students has been gone through. I don't know. Fortunately and unfortunately, I am going to be a teacher until I have something, So I am going to be probably your teacher for the entire course.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Amina.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know then, ma'am. We can move the exam on Monday. We have a time to review on the weekends.
Yeah, I will try. I will try to talk to DOE. This is the situation, but it's not like the 100% sure. But I will try to push it in Monday. Okay. So
Okay, thank you.
if not, probably you have to ready for the Friday. Okay. I'll try my best. But
Okay, thank
it's not
you.
everything under my hand. I have to deal with the higher management, right? Okay, so you guys work on your team. Let me find out with my things. What is the unit 6? We are to unit 7. What is that? Unit 7 is interpersonal skills.
Professor, you want us to write in the group chat our groups, correct?
You want me to see that? Okay, just let me see.
No, I'm asking you, do you want us to write the group chat, like what groups we are in the chat? Did I hear that correct?
Yeah, that's why she wrote group 1, Huda, Amina. Okay, so group 2 already sent me the group. Yes. And then I'm going to copy it and paste, make it the groups in my Excel sheet. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Ah, I'm
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
Are we good to leave now, or?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. See you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow, bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.